Hello, girls. I hope you all are safe and sound at home. Girls, open your social studies book, page number 25. There you can see chapter 4, the polar region and exploration. Girls, if you remember our first chapter, maps, there we have read about cardinal points. Yes, our earth is divided into four directions. What are these four directions? North, south, east, and west. Now, these directions are further being divided as well. Your lesson says polar regions and exploration. What are polar regions? The regions which are near the South Pole and the North Pole are called as your polar regions. They are formed with Arctic and Antarctica circles. The climatic conditions of these regions is so harsh that people do not go there often. These are the last areas of the earth that are to be explored. Now, what is exploration? Exploration means the act of investigating or researching unfamiliar areas or places. There have been mainly many expeditions taken out by the people to explore these two poles, and they had met great adventures also. On our earth, we have 12 hours day and 12 hour night, but there is a very interesting fact about the sun in the Arctic and Antarctica circle, and that is they have very prolonged periods of darkness and sunshine, almost about of 6 months. At the peak of summer in the northern hemisphere, the sun is visible for the better part of the day and does not settle down. Hence the land of midnight sun. At the same time, when there is winter in the southern hemisphere, there are long hours of darkness with very little daylight. This process reverses when in the summer in the southern hemisphere. Just come on page number 25, the Arctic. The North Pole is known as the Arctic. The first man to reach pole in the 20th century was an American called Robert Edwin Peary in 1909. The temperature in the Arctic is below minus 23 degrees Celsius. The Arctic includes about Greenland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Russia, the USA, and Canada. There is a vast area of the ocean called the Arctic Ocean. It is not like the other oceans because there are huge icebergs which makes difficult for the ships to pass. You can see the map of the Arctic region on page number 25 as well. On the southern part of Greenland is inhabited about 700 years ago. The people of the Arctic region are called as Inuit. Their houses are made up of blocks of snow and are called as igloos. You can see the picture on page number 26. For transport, they use snowmobile and dog-drawn sledges. They have strong and furry dogs called huskies. Girls, just open page number 26. There you can see Antarctica. You can see the map of Antarctica circles on page number 27. Antarctica is a region around the South Pole. This is even more colder than the Arctic with temperature dropping up to minus 87 degrees centigrade. In 1911, a Norwegian called Roald Amundsen was the first man to reach the South Pole. This continent has almost about 90% of the world ice. It is bitterly cold and frequently have hurricanes. Due to its climatic condition, this is the world's most difficult part to explore. Just come on page 27. People traveling to this region often suffer from frostbite. Antarctica is still inhabited and is the mysterious continent. But the seals, whales, and penguins all live here. There is a question on page 27 that says why humans wants to explore this. We know that humans always have been curious about the world around them. They explore the world in search of wealth, minerals, and other resources. Girls, just move to page number 28. In human history, the age of discovery is the period of exploration. This period covers about 15th, 16th, and 17th century. The European ships explored the world and developed new trading routes. They already had land-based trade route, but after exploring Asia, Europe, and Africa, ocean-based trade route quickly spread worldwide. The success of the man does not end there. Scientists have been successful in sending man to the moon for space exploration and to find out if life is possible on the other planets as well. Girls, now open page number 28. Now we are going to study about some of the famous personalities who had performed a great job in the field of exploration. The first personality which is mentioned in your book is Ibn Battuta. Muhammad Ibn Battuta was a Moroccan scholar and a traveler. He is known as the greatest traveler. He was born in 1304 in Tangier. He was from a family of judges, but Ibn Battuta wanted to travel and study religion. He traveled far about 30 years, almost 75,000 miles, mostly by sea to 40 nations. He often put his life in danger as well. Beside his travels, he was also famous for his knowledge of judiciary and earned a scholarly status. His book Rilha had all his travel mysteries. He died in 1368 and was buried in Tangier. Just open page number 29. Our second personality is Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama was a Portuguese explorer who was born in Sines, Portugal in 1460. Like his father, he also decided to explore the world. He was also the first European to find a sea route to India. The new trade route linked Asia to Indian subcontinent and greatly benefited the Portuguese economy. He fell ill in India and died on December 24th, 1524 in Cochin. He was first buried in St. Francis Church in Cochin, but his remains were reburied in Vitugueira in a casket decorated with golds and jewels. You can see the picture over there. Open page number 30. The third personality is Marco Polo. He was a merchant, an explorer, and a writer. He was born in Venice, Italy in 1254. His parents were rich merchants. He was the first to travel to Asia in Middle Ages. He lived and journeyed many countries in Europe and Asia. He traveled to China after crossing the Gobi Desert and the Hindu Kush Mountains. Polo spent 17 years in China, traveling and learning its culture. He returned home after 24 years in 1271. The journey to Venice took about 2 years. He wrote a book, Marco Polo, which tells us about his journeys. He died in 1324. And a very well known personality, Neil Armstrong. He is different from all the explorers because he had an honor of being the first explorer to go into space and walk on the moon. Armstrong was born on 5th August 1930 in Ohio. He began his career as a naval aviator, then served as an engineer, test pilot, and an astronaut. In July 1969, he was the commander of the mission in Apollo 11, which landed on the moon with a crew of 3 members. Neil Armstrong's journey to the moon was a significant milestone to develop our knowledge. He passed away on August 25th, 2012. So, this was our lesson, girls. You have to do a thorough reading of the lesson twice. There is a work page on page number 32. This will be done on the book with the pencil. There are questions at the end of the video which you have to do on your neat copies. So, all of you, please stay home and stay safe. Goodbye.